Here's my Bougainvillea story. Okay, so while I was in therapy and I was pulling up airing out my dirty laundry, trying to sort through all of my horrible moments around the time that I did my 4th step in the 12-step program. Like, Pandora's box was completely open, and while I was in the process of healing, my wounds were open. And my lens that I was seeing the world through was, this is a scary world we live in. All the men are disgusting. I am not safe here. I feel so small and I just felt cowering, and I felt like every set of eyes I looked at were like, and it was like everyone was lecherous. Everyone, even like somebody who started off lovely, it was like everyone was a monster. And it was hard to breathe, it was hard to walk, it was hard to be in the world. And I went jogging in the park around the corner from where I lived. And of course, I'm jogging, and there's a carload full of guys that are driving along with me as I'm jogging. Ooh, baby, hey! Doing all that stuff. And I was like, I can't even exercise. I can't even jog. I'm like, it's so not safe to be in this world. And I was just in such a dark place. I turned the corner. The guys drove off because they couldn't drive inside the park. And there was this gorgeous bougainvillea bush. It was fuchsia colored. It was almost like it was the burning bush because it was on fire. It was one of the most beautiful things I had ever seen, and I can still see it. It was giant, and it took my breath away. I literally stopped in front of it and just was like, and I felt it giving me life. Like it was doing something. It was healing me, just standing in front of this bright colored, beautiful bougainvillea. And then I wanted to continue on my run, but I wanted to stay, so I plucked a little piece of the bougainvillea to take with me, to be kind of like this little memento to help me. And as I jogged a little bit, I stopped in my tracks, and I thought, and the words that came over me was, "You are no different than those men. You saw something that you thought was beautiful and that was life-giving, and you took a piece of it. That's what we do. It's actually life-serving to look at something that gives you energy and to want a piece of it. That's a sign of health. You are just like them. They are just like you. They saw something beautiful and they wanted a piece of you. So that, who could blame them? You saw something that was beautiful, you want a piece of it, and you took it. We're the same." And it was like, in that moment, the spell was broken. And
you embraced life again.
That little burning bush bougainvillea, it was literally the predator energy stopped. I stopped feeling like I'm a victim. If you want a piece of me, come and grab me, written on the back of my shirt. It was like everything changed. So that was my little
beautiful
burning bush bougainvillea moment.
Men and women are intrinsically connected. We must work together for this society to thrive. I mean, literally, we'd cease to exist as a species. Men and women must work together if we're going to have the success we want as individuals, as society, and businesses. So what I'd like to begin the process of is stop seeing the other as the other. To see them as the other half of ourselves, because in a sense,
I like that.
If people are on a certain kind of path, you know that everything in life is an aspect and a reflection of you.
Absolutely.
So there's a feminine that lives within me, and there's masculine that lives within you,
Yes.
and we're just showing we're showing ourselves different aspects of ourselves. So compassion and patience and forbearance is incredibly important. I don't look at women as the other. I see them as an intrinsic and necessary part of my life,
Yes.
part of our society. So I want to really encourage people listening to make that shift as well. We need each other. We are inexorably connected. Let's surrender to that and start supporting each other. All right?
Oh, that's beautiful. So beautiful. Even for the women right now that are still hurting, it's like to see the men as other assholes. Like that's adding more salt into the wound. It's not helping. So yeah, see each other as connected.
I think he has enough of our wrap up. I think we should call it a wrap, yeah?
Da 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 da. Hey!
Nice wrap, everybody.
Da, 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 da.